Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined by Philip Yates, the Nutrition Program Director at Access, as well as Roger Hassenpflug, the Interim Executive Director of Access. Gentlemen, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So, Roger, let me start with you. You were just named the Interim Executive Director at Access just a couple weeks ago. I say interim. Any plans on taking the position on a full-time basis?
No, I don't intend to do that. The Board of Directors has hired a consulting firm to help them find a permanent executive director.
Where are we at in that process? Are we early
Just
on
at the
there?
beginning. We're at the very beginning, so they're forming a committee, meeting with a consultant, and just at the very beginning of the process at this point in time.
Okay, and so a lot of people know you for your work with Living Opportunities, about 3 decades there, I'm told.
Yeah,
if that's
close,
correct.
yeah, 27 years.
Okay, so how does this work different now that you're seeing Access from the inside?
Well, some of it's the same. I mean, nonprofits are nonprofits. This is a complicated nonprofit from a financial standpoint because they have 85 plus active grants at any given time. But essentially, the business part of it's very similar, but the focus and the mission of it's very different than Living Opportunities. Certainly, permanent housing, different types of services, nutrition programs, and so forth that Philip's involved with. So a different kind of mission focus, but very similar in many respects from the business standpoint.
Mm-hmm. And Philip, 25 years for you at Access.
Yes,
What's kept you in the position so long?
Well, I think, feeding people has been really important to me, but over the last 6 or 7 years, the work we've expanded into what I would call food tomorrow. I'm calling food today the food that we provide food to people who are hungry today, and that we make sure that they don't continue to go hungry. But the Food Tomorrow programs are programs where they're educational programs where we're giving people the skills to be able to make better nutritional choices and to cook with better nutritional foods. And that's really motivating me, and particularly the building up of the community that is a part of doing that work as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. We're going to take a quick break, gentlemen. We'll have much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Philip Yates and Roger Hassenpflug from Access. So, Roger, we're talking about it. You're the new Interim Executive Director at Access. You've been in this community for some number of years. Now, you've seen it from the inside, the organization. How has that changed, perhaps, your perception of the work done there?
Well, I think just the breadth of it, the scope of the work. I mean, I was familiar with some of the types of work they did in terms of permanent housing, nutrition, assisting people with weatherization and so forth. But the scope of the work is really eye-opening, almost breathtaking. I mean, Philip, for example, has in the neighborhood of 15 employees and several hundred volunteers. I mean, you're talking about operating 25 food pantries around the county. I don't know, how many thousands of hours of volunteer time?
50,000 hours altogether.
Wow.
And that's, boy, you talk about bang for the buck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot of volunteer time. So just, I think the breadth and the scope of the work is really very impressive.
Yeah, so many people involved. It's staggering, the statistics you gave there. Okay, so Philip, obviously nutrition, is your focus,
Sure.
and that's something that we talk a lot about around the holidays and everything, but this is always an important thing, and there's always a need for hunger, it seems. At least.
Yeah, and actually, in the summer, it becomes more difficult for a lot of families, especially families with children. Whereas during the school year, they are receiving free or reduced lunches through the school programs. But in the summertime, they don't have the same access to food. The kids don't have that same access. Consequently, families are having to extend their budgets even further in the summertime. And so the September is coming, they're in more need of help than ever before. Mm-hmm. So we're planning this year to focus on September, which is Hunger Action Month, and giving the opportunity to the community to help us participate in actionable items in terms of solving hunger for that month specifically.
Okay, and so if people want to perhaps volunteer for Access, whether it's nutrition or one of the many other programs, should they just contact the organization and find a way that they can contribute?
Yes, yeah. Kline is our volunteer coordinator. He would be the person to contact. So contact Chris. Mm-hmm. He has all the list of the different kinds of volunteer activities that we would have.
All right, very good. Phil, good to see you again.
Thank you
Thanks
very
much. Appreciate it. Roger, thank you very much.
You.
Appreciate it. You too. Stay with us. We'll be right back.